Go, picks and bans, CJ Blaze versus KT Bullets, game 2. And Lee Sin, Shyvana, the first 2 bans. Or not Shyvana. Sivir, obviously.
So yeah, those. So Blaze may be going for the Lee Sin and Elise bans once again. Let's see if they stick to their guns in terms of taking early game weapons away from Cacao Lucian. Now, that's a little bit interesting.
Yeah, that is a bit odd.
That's not really a champion Score has gone to so far this season.
Not really. It's a Nidalee ban against Blaze. Not a bad idea. Yeah, that Lucian ban is a bit puzzling, isn't it?
It's a little odd.
Yeah.
It is a little odd. So Elise, so they are sticking to those jungle bans. Olaf is up, but they may just go ahead and take away the Caitlyn first off. And I like the Castleman ban as well. It's the champion Ambition has really excelled on. So Olaf and Mundo up right here for the Bullets.
Yeah. A lot of good options for KT as they enter their first
They should definitely
round
take
of
this
picks.
Olaf because
Like
this is a champion that both Cacao and Insect play. They've got that flexibility with it. They don't have to take that Mundo quite yet.
Yep.
Should take the Annie. There we go.
Get that Annie away from Lust Boy. Definitely a good idea.
Gives you a lot of engage options as well.
Oh, yeah. Well, those undertows certainly set up nice stuns from Annie.
Yeah, and you also have the Talisman as well. Very good with Olaf.
Yeah, that's. I think that's one of the reasons too why Annie's so good right now is because her ways of getting into fights are so much improved here in Season 4, and they were already getting good towards the end of Season 3, but now, man.
Olaf also a strong
good.
laner against Mundo if you put him in top, just because he does have that true damage to cut through some of Mundo's tankiness.
Yeah, you can definitely see that.
Yeah, he's able to chip away at Mundo early on in the game and get some sort of an advantage. Ambition maybe taking the Gragas pick, was banned out last time around.
Well, he's a great Gragas player. And they're going to lock it in, Mundo and Gragas for CJ Blaze. So top and mid lanes defined.
Well, we'll see. Again, Jungle Gragas is a very strong pick right now. So
You want it bad, don't you? The Jungle Gragas.
It's good. It's very good right now. So we may see it, but
I'd
probably,
love to see the Grungle as well.
The Grungle, well, Insect, the originator of the Grungle, the king of the Grungle, as it were.
That's right, the original Grungle. Welcome to the Grungle, baby.
So Ezreal picked up her score. No surprise there. Riven taken once again. But these are 2 picks. We still don't know where any of this is going. Insect plays Riven. Ryu plays Riven. Insect plays Olaf. Cacao plays Olaf. So they're really saving their last pick, an intelligent pick ban phase, because this doesn't give CJ Blaze any information at all.
I say we're going to kick it really old school, and Annie's going to the mid lane, man.
Oh.
You never know. That's why I started my League of Legends playing experience. And Sion.
World Elite, is that you?
I was going to say, yeah. I mean, a little bit of a window into the Chinese scene if they lock this one in, but nope. Shyvana, a strong choice for Flame, and so that means we probably will see that Mundo jungle, unless it's a Mundo mid, and Monty's beloved Gragas jungle.
No, Mundo jungle this game.
Yeah.
Caitlyn Thresh taken away from CJ Blaze, so they said we won in the early game. We know that our late game team fighting is superior, so we're going to take away your fast pushing tools early and see if we can just drag it out to that late game again by using the lane that you used. And because Score and Maffa were so effective at grabbing early turrets
well, they really
with
did
that
have
duo lane, and now they're not going to have that same pressure anymore. Orianna last picked, bit of a dangerous pick into Gragas, especially after 6, so Ryu confident he can win early against Ambition. Insect will be taking that Riven up in the top lane. Cacao on the... Oh, they're switching.
Oh, okay, yeah. Insect going to be on the Olaf in the top lane.
They're going to switch back.
All right.
No ghost on Insect, so...
Ah, yes. Sure enough. There we go. So Riven in the top lane, Olaf in the jungle. And it'll stay that way. Well, there we have it. So, our Game 2 roster. Insect on Riven, Flame on Shyvana up in that top lane.
Yeah, and KT Bullets, they've got significantly less tankiness right here, but they do have a lot more burst damage than CJ Blaze.
Yeah, I mean, Score as well on Ezreal, just always a huge, huge threat. Never underestimate that pick. He's played it now 5 out of the last 6 games.
Yeah, and you want to say that Score really won't be outputting as much damage as Caitlyn, but honestly, Score's positioning with Ezreal is such that I've seen him output just enormous damage in team fights, far more than most other Ezreal players are capable of dealing.
Absolutely true. Well, here we go. Can Blaze get the 2-0, or is KT going to tie it up? Let's get in the game and find out. And here we go. Ambition looking stylish as Gragas in the mid lane. Set 2, CJ Blaze versus KT Bullets. A battle for KT to tie up the series in the best of 5. CJ Blaze up a game after that pretty awesome comeback in game number 1. Very early ward in River from the Bullets.
Yeah, we do see both teams going for 1 ward, green ward on their supports early on.
Yeah.
And that will be placed again. So KT Bullets really worried about the delayed invade. They've been going for these same delayed invade wards both games so far. Trying to map that out, see if anybody's coming through the river to the blue buff. It worked out really well for them last game.
And we've got talismans from both supports this time around as well too. So everything looking pretty normal here at the beginning of game number 2.
Insect. Wow, that's
except for, there we go. Man,
that's risky to do.
He's
but
brave.
He will pop down the ward there at the blue buff. Try and track that jungler just a little bit. Yeah, that was actually a really brave play right there. So the ping's coming down. They know that the invade is coming. They will go ahead and mirror at blue buff, but that'll also give CJ Blaze the information they need to keep on jungling efficiently.
There we go. Looking to get that blue buff over right away. Both teams will trade those early buffs.
Well, 2v1.
And it will be that 2v1, yeah.
Yeah, 2v1s again this game. Worked out in favor of Score and Mafa, but they were the ones with the nice zoning Caitlyn Thresh combo last game, and that did a lot for them in terms of getting that early advantage. Look at this Insect actually taking a bit of a risk and going ahead and stealing wolves instead of going straight to lane this game.
Yeah.
So, but they're going to see it with that ward. He's actually fully clearing the camp and then heading back. So they'll know exactly before Score and Mafa do. So Insect up in terms of gold, however. Flame a little bit behind, but that CS that he was able to ride the wave in the frozen wave lane, doing him a lot of good. He really needed that to equalize with the other top laner.
Oh yeah.
Wow, look at this Daydream just pushing towers this game. This isn't something that he typically does, but they're looking a lot like the KT Bullets did last time around.
Almost taking a page out of KT's book in game number 2 here.
Yeah, Insect's going to respond, though, with some dirty farming behind the turret, as he does know exactly where the enemy jungler is. So no threat right there, just making Flame's life miserable.
Yep. The agony of the Flame. Doesn't happen very often.
Insect roaming up.
Oh, whoa. They get the flash out of Ryu.
Yeah, he had to flash. That was the level 6 all-in from Gragas that we frequently see. Didn't burn his ult, but Ryu a little bit antsy knowing that he didn't have an answer. Not quite at that same level of experience, but here comes Insect.
Yeah, that's right. And Ambition on the run here. Daydream a bit low, actually, courtesy of Cacao. Ambition trying to get back in. Comes to the wall, runs right into Insect. Has to use his flash as well. They slow down Daydream. Daydream has to flash.
Whoa.
A response flash from Insect going really deep, getting really bold there. And it looks like CJ, though, will they be able to escape? Daydream solo, and there's a flash stun. Mafa comes over the wall and claims that bloodthirsty support first blood. I love this game already, Monte Cristo.
Fantastic
That's
play
how
right
you do
there.
it.
However, they do leave Flame free farming in that other lane. A lot of flashes burned on both sides right there. Going to go ahead and clear out some of these wards with a sweeping lens so they can safely take that blue buff, but KT Bullets a little bit ahead in terms of the objectives. Ahead in farm as well, pretty much across the board. And they're jumping out to another early lead in spite of losing that tower first.
Well, I mean, like we saw last game and like we've seen with many, many games of CJ Blaze and Frost as well, that early leads for their opponents don't often end up mattering a whole lot, but we'll see. It's certainly good to be in a lead, because if you go through an early game behind with the CJ teams, you know something's really wrong.
Yeah, some pretty defensive pink wards placed up early for the KT Bullets as well.
Oh, Ryu gets hit with the ultimate from Flame. Ryu in big trouble there in Ambition. Flame's a quick kill in that mid lane. Wow. Yeah. Insec walking away here. He's in a bit of trouble. Gets slowed consistently by Daydream. Kakao is there, though. And a lot of pressure put onto this mid turret.
Yeah, the Shockwave not actually firing right there. Animation started, not completed, and they don't have enough wave clear right here to take out the minion wave, and Insec gets grabbed.
Insec as he comes in, has to use the last charges of that to get away.
I think that was a mistake. They could have actually killed the tower right there, and now Ryu's back up and heading down to the mid lane. They
might still get it, maybe. Oh, I think they will. Yeah, they will. They'll still get it. That minion wave coming right in the nick of time.
And they will rotate immediately over into the jungle after this. They've got to be able to set up for a dragon right now. They still know Score's in the bot lane. Score going to recall, but they've got some strong vision control, and they've got a good opportunity to go for the dragon. Insec is recalling right now.
Yeah. Well, he actually changed his mind. Stop that recall.
You see Emperor right there pinged his lane. They didn't know where Score was, so they started to feel a little bit antsy that 5 people could come in there and get them in a 5v4 situation.
Well, I think they correctly identified that that was going to be a little bit risky to go through with. All right. And Mafa putting that gold to good use. Already picked up that sight stone as well. A couple extra wards. It's got pretty much everything a support would want early on in this game.
Yeah, he does. Insect's still not finishing any of his critical items yet. Still lagging a bit behind on the Brutalizer.
Yeah.
So a little slow to completion right there. Flame going to go ahead and farm out those wraiths, try and recoup some of this deficit that he's been running up so far.
Now KT with a little bit of ward management could maybe think about this dragon. They don't have any sweeper lenses available yet. Everything's still on cooldown. They will use that pink ward to clear one out. Maf will take care of that.
Yeah, they know there's probably a ward in that brush, though, based on Ambition's barrel right there. Yeah. So when the sweeper comes up, probably head right to that one.
Probably. They start dragon, but they have to back off a bit. Insect coming down possibly for a bit of a flank. We'll see how it works out. Oh, there
pops over the wall. His third broken wings right there.
Yep.
There we go. So they did know that that ward was there. So smart clear from the KT Bullets. A little bit of blue buff pressure from CJ Blaze. I don't think they can go for this.
Well, it's going to be a little bit risky here. I think they're kind of overestimating their position a little bit in the game. We'll see how it works out. Insect ready to come over the wall at any moment there. Blue buff under contention, down to about half health. Ambition's got so much burst on Gragas that KT knows it might be pretty easy for CJ to steal it.
I think they're trying to, they're baiting the flank out from Insect right here. They really want him to come out. They've got all the vision on the world in the side.
Well, the thing is, seeing Death Sentence on cooldown now for Lust Boy gives them a little bit of time, but they decide to just play cautious. And there we go, trying to zerg down the blue buff, and
Kakao got it.
They do, yeah. Kakao did grab that, yeah. Nice, well, I don't know if that quite redeems him for the Baron, but it's a start, it's a start.
Well, you know, if you're CJ Blaze, though, you'll be happy with that. You know, Ryu doesn't have it. Ryu already has that CS lead.
Yeah.
So a bit, you know, those little minor victories, sometimes they can make all the difference. Kakao still able to spam those undertows with the blue buff, though. So champion that certainly benefits significantly from having a blue buff.
I'd say so. Still no takers for the dragon, but the vision has been pretty crazy there for both teams. KT trying to clear it out again, but there's still more wards from CJ in this brush. There they go, yeah. And like you said, you know, because of the direction of the skill shots from Ambition and Daydream, they knew there was a ward there.
Yeah, they still have the lens and ward Ambition, though, so, or Ambition, advantage.
Got the Ambition trinket. That's a pretty good one. I think most mid laners would want to be able to throw Ambition into lane where they want to. Oh, here we go. CJ Blaze coming in for a possible dragon.
This is like one of the craziest, longest dragon dances I've ever seen.
Yeah. It's longer than the
Insect's
actual
still
book of Dance
trying.
with Dragon. Oh, there we go. The Flash Timbers locks some Ambition and Lustboy. A lot of damage into there, but here comes the explosive Castor coming over the wall to try to finish off Ambition. It's very low. Ryu finally gets that kill, and Flame causing a lot of trouble in the middle of the team for KT, but not enough as Insect and the rest of them chase him back. Emperor gets over the wall. Insect barely can't catch him with that broken wings. Flame has to use the flash. Oh, the undertow so close. The hitting from Kakao. A 1-for-2 in favor of the KT Bullets, and they'll be able to claim this Dragon.
And Mafa right there with a huge engage, but CJ Blaze rushing up the mid lane looking to try and equalize something. Insect and Mafa going back to save its score, and Kakao enough to finish, or so they think, and that'll cause CJ Blaze to peel off.
Well, good measured response from KT after that good response from CJ Blaze as well to say, all right, well, we can still take Dragon. We just need to send a few people up to mid lane to handle it.
So that was a really good engage by Mafa, and then Ambition's ultimate actually knocked Mafa out of the team fight and saved him, if we watch it right here. So
Man
coming in, really good, preventing any kind of CC from Thresh, and Insect with a great flank as well. So Ambition knocks out. Watch this Q from Score 2 onto Daydream right here. As he comes over, boom, finishes him off right from the side, and that allows the follow-up right here. You know, Mafa staying close enough to keep Tibbers in the fight, and Score and Kakao nearly taking out Emperor as well with skill shots over the wall.
Insect failed his flash during the middle of that fight too. He would have been able to chase Emperor otherwise and possibly hook up that kill. So KT comes out with the win, comes out with the Dragon.
Maintains a slight lead here.
Yep. But as we've seen, you need more than a slight lead to handle CJ Blaze.
Pink Ward will allow Kakao to clear out the vision for CJ Blaze by the red code.
A big part of this game, too, is KT getting to that point where they have the lead just like last game, but then not making some of the same mistakes they did last game as well. They did get a bit sloppy, and that helped CJ get the opportunities to come back. So KT, I suppose you could say, needs to be a little bit aware of what went wrong last game as they move into this mid-game with a bit of an edge, too.
Yeah, the level of caution here, very prudent, I think, by the KT Bullets.
Should be, yeah.
So the push coming in, Emperor and Lustboy returning with a large minion wave up into that top lane. Ambition and Daydream rotating to join them. Score scared to go in there by himself. And
I wouldn't want to go up against that,
this will be a bit of an equalizer from Blaze as they pull within 800 gold.
You know, they also have a 3-1 turret lead right now, so the map presence from CJ Blaze is getting very worrisome for KT Bullets. The gold's certainly not telling the whole story in this game.
Well, Insect also going for the Kindle Gem right now, so he wants to be tankier. Not the best tree shot barrage. Misses a couple minions right there.
It's going to clear out enough of them when you combine that with Orion, I suppose. But yeah, Cal meanwhile trying to push on mid lane a little bit.
So yeah, Kindle Gem coming down on Riven.
Oh, Cal.
Looking for some more tankiness, some more CDR early on. Needs to be able to provide that CC and more frequent intervals and survive the initial burst for his team. It's up to Score and Ryu to deal a lot of the damage, but you know, that potential CC, the combo of the Annie followed by Riven Engage gives you a lot of AoE CC to work with.
Well, when you talk about damage too, I mean, Ryu's already got his Athene's finished, Triforce done for Score as well, so the damage is already getting a little bit scary coming out of the KT side.
And you know, Score really only had a Sheen for a while. He had a lot of money when he went back, so they're at a big power spike right now, and they could really use this to their advantage. They won the fight last time. Insect. What?
Apparently that is visible. All right.
Bug much? Right, please.
New brush wall. Flame going in onto Insect. Kakao there as well, though. Flame pops the ultimate right then, and Insect backing off now. Kakao has to be on the run, too, as Ambition comes down that mid lane with Lustboy.
Mafa's still there, zoning out a little bit. Nobody able to take.
Lurking in the brush. Oh, coming in Ambition. Can he get the stun? They do. There it is. A Q follow-up. And whoa, Mafa gets another kill after the shockwave from Ryu doesn't quite finish off Ambition.
That was a hell of a combo right there. Stacking their ults up.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Who got the blue buff, though, is the question.
I don't know. It's a good question.
I think actually Ryu did manage to pick that up right before he ulted.
Well, I don't see it on Mafa. He got the kill, so it must not have gone into Ambition then.
Yep, pretty sure Ryu just picked that up off the screen. So double win right there for the KT Bullets.
Double win.
Double win.
So much better. Twice as good as regular win. right. Well, still that slight lead for the KT Bullets. Still, man, Maffa's just having a great game, too.
You know, CJ Blaze has invested a lot in warding the bottom side, the blue side jungle of the KT Bullets, and honestly, they haven't gotten a whole lot out of it so far. They've lost dragons, they've lost fights, and they haven't really been able to secure that blue buff even through contests.
Oh, Flame getting pushed out of that lane. Bot. Oh, Ryu doesn't take quite as much because of that command protect. You know, we see... nearly stops him, oh well. You know, we see so many Annies in Champions just rushing the Talisman. You know, they just want to get that speed boost right away, but Maffa hasn't done that. He's gone up to the second level of the coin, and then
that's a really good point.
He's just gotten Sightstone and Boots of Mobility. And
distortion, so...
I think that's great with his team, too. I mean, there's so many other slows, there's so many other ways for him to get in range of his stuns that he doesn't need the Talisman right now. Interesting little difference between the way we've seen a lot of people build Annie.
Yeah, that is a little odd, but they really are relying on Annie for the initiation as well. And yeah, Talisman's good for that, but the flash is the most reliable way you're going to get that. And with it on a lower cooldown, it will help you out quite a bit. You know, less synergy, honestly, because you want that Talisman to power up Olaf to go in. But Kakao, Kakao also interestingly taking flash on Olaf. We don't see this very often, but with a Talisman later in the game, I think that ghost is not as important as it used to be.
You know, the thing is, too, is I think in Maffa's head right now, he's thinking, well, we're just actually catching CJ out of position so many times that I don't really need the speed boost. I'm just finding him when I need to.
CJ Blaze going to get to this dragon in the nick of time.
Yeah, they're going to be able to prevent KT from taking it for now. And a bit of a flank here, actually.
Maffa flash hold.
Yeah, it's quite possible. Blaze needs to be really careful about their grouping here. Really careful.
Smart retreat right there. Ryu not taking a lot of damage.
Yep. Oh, Kakao gets a little bit slowed here. Oh, they grab him. Kakao laying behind a little bit, but here comes Insect from the outside. Daydream gets low. Flame has to burn his flash, and that's a lot of damage from that cast. Yeah, Maffa, Flame's flash still up.
And that's the thing with Mundo is you can trade damage so well right now because you know you can get that HP back up due to your ult. So KT Bullets coming out on the losing end of this one. Maffa very low. So dangerous for him to flash engage right now.
Yeah.
Can't really use it.
Well, that's the thing with Andy is she's very, very fragile, so you need to be careful about your engage. And here we go, going for that dragon. Everybody grouped up, dodging that ball. They don't want to get hit by Shockwave. Dragon taken by CJ. There's a flash ultimate from Flame onto Ryu, and Score pushing them out of the fight. Meanwhile, Maffa comes in from behind, but with no damage support, KT is in big trouble. Their team so well split up by CJ Blaze. And Kakao, what are you doing down there?
They're taking a run for it. Emperor's looping him. Maffa!
Goodbye, Maffa. Nice try, man. He was an Annie apart.
Kakao actually will escape from that, though, but CJ Blaze, again, that early damage super helped them out right there.
Yeah.
And they also split up the KT Bullets nicely. A bit of an uneven pincher engage right there from the KT Bullets. And frankly, a fantastic turnaround by Flame. His flash ult right there to zone out was absolutely critical for his carries to mop up the stragglers on one side and push Insec out of the fight.
Well, we talked about the positioning for Score not being quite as good today as we've seen it in the past in that fight. It's totally a great example of that, where he and Ryu were in a position that made it very easy for CJ to split them off from the rest of everybody. So when Maffa came in, it didn't matter how good his Tipper stun was because it was just him, you know? Kakao had already taken a lot of damage, and Insec doesn't do a whole lot himself, too, with the tanky build that he's going for. So KT, again, you know, now that we're getting into this kind of late mid-game, just seems a little bit out of sync today, don't they?
They do, and they really need the Talisman now.
Yep.
I actually disagree. I think the Talisman first was pretty critical to this
well,
composition.
It's looking like it is now. I mean, they were getting away with it earlier, but now they're kind of paying for it. And he even went for the Ruby Sightstone before the Talisman. Now, that I would definitely not do. I mean,
yeah, I don't like that
with the way the new ward system works, too, it's so easy to just pick up an extra ward if you need it. I mean, I don't know about that. Don't need that Ruby Sightstone. That extra health isn't going to help you as much as the Talisman active is.
So, bit of a jungle invade from CJ Blaze. KT Bullets will take a turret to go back into the lead ever so slightly. Flame going to grab the red buff From the bullet side of the map, Insect a little bit scared. Backing off, CJ Blaze wants to contest this blue buff. Doesn't look like they're going to be able to do it.
Yeah, well, Ambition. Ooh, wow, got a bit caught. I don't think you want to really body slam right onto a giant sword. That doesn't seem very smart to me. Here we go. Tibbers comes down, doesn't have too big of an impact. Oh, nice. They push Impact back with, or Insect back with that explosive cast.
Great disengage from CJ Blaze.
Really nice, yeah. Emperor gets out just fine.
And in the meantime, we do see Flame going ahead and just wailing on that tier 2 turret up in top lane.
He's just split pushing. There it is. Got that one down to about 50% health.
CJ Blaze looking strong, still slightly down, but they've got the pressure advantage. They are in the driver's seat right now. Insect trying to stop the split push.
Yep. Tibbers just really wants to be a part of this. Like, I'm the sixth man, or the sixth bear man.
Sixth animal.
Sixth animal. It's true.
Well, everything pretty even here in terms of items. Very different Riven this game from last game, and that's why Ambition felt safe going in.
Yeah.
In that little bit of a blue fight, knew that he wasn't going to be 100-0 like last time. Not with this build. Insect heading towards that Spirit Visage. Still relatively low on damage, as low on damage as a Riven can be, that is.
Oh, Rivens. Well, Mundo trying to fire people, but needs a little bit of help from his underling Thresh to get out of that one.
You know, it's really amazing how much True Shot Barrage has done for this KT Bullets team this game. It's helped. Ooh, Emperor taking a few shots. Does get a couple more on the turret, but Flame, again, mercilessly split pushing, doing what Flame does.
Yep. Gets big, and then he split pushes.
He's definitely in his groove this game. Insect doing a good job of keeping up with him in terms of farm. Or Daydream gets a little caught.
Yeah, getting jumped on, but manages to take the Lantern out again. I mean, Les Boy's Lanterns have been very, very good.
Great Lantern so far, really powering these rotations.
Oh!
Ambition!
Nice stun and Ambition with that Tibbers, and he's going to get taken out. The explosive cast helps a little bit, but it really gets KT closer to the fight itself. Emperor has good positioning on this one, though. Flashing ahead to try to get some more damage in. Huge shockwave from Ryu, though, and that's going to help close out this fight for KT. Les Boy and Daydream on the run, and Emperor, he can't do anything now. A double kill for Ryu, and KT turns it around big time.
I don't know, you know, we've seen a lot of Ryu's Orianna this season, and he is so patient with his ultimates every time. We've seen him turn around team fight after team fight on this champion, and it's like he fools his opponents almost into thinking they're on cooldown, waits for them to group. Most Orianna players, you know, they want to pull that trigger really, really fast. They want to go for it. But Ryu finds that opportunity, and then he really just flips the tables on his opponent. Yeah, Ryu right there.
There he is, man. He mind games with Orianna harder than anybody else. Very good. Let's watch that team fight again. It really all started when Ambition got caught by that Tibbers stun from Mappa.
Yep.
The undertow as well, they just annihilate him.
Yeah, good catch right there with the flash Tibbers. But this right here, you know, they see Insect getting low. They say, hey, we've got the Mundo ult up. We've got this tanky Shyvana. Maybe we can do this. But boom, right there when you re-engage, when you least suspect it, that's when you're going to have trouble, you know, running away when you've already used a lot of your abilities to get back into that fight. And there we go. There's the Orianna Shockwave face.
That's right. Shockwave face. There it is. You saw it here first on Champions Winter. And you know, during that fight too, Lust Boy tried to catch Insect when he was low on health, but ended up hitting Kakao right before Ragnarok ended, so that went nowhere. So nothing going right for CJ Blaze in that last team fight.
All right, KT Bullets do have Talisman now. That's going to be a huge boon to them on their engages. They have had issues due to the power of that explosive cask and box disengage.
Yep.
That'll be a lot less of a thorn in their side this time.
True.
But I have to say, generally speaking this game, warding advantage has gone over to CJ Blaze. They've been much more assiduous.
Ooh, assiduous.
Okay.
How many points does that give you in Scrabble, Crystal? Oh, I was nearly stolen by Kakao, but...
Interesting choice to put pressure on this turret. Kakao going to try and delay some of these backs. Will stop Daydream. Can he stop anybody else? No.
Oh, not quite. Could have probably stopped Lust Boy, but decided against it. Meanwhile, KT taking down this inhibitor turret. Ambition is back, and Daydream still fighting in that mid lane. There's the explosive cast. Ryu gets a turret. They grab Insect, though. Oh, Lust Boy going for a ride, but he pushes people into the box. Flame coming in for a nice follow-up, and CJ takes Insect as payment for that turret.
Yeah, Kakao.
Oh, Daydream, he escaped.
He did. He flashed over the Dragon Wall, and Kakao didn't have a follow-up flash. They're going back in, though.
Oh, a two-man Timberson, and then a huge shockwave. Lost Boy Ambition getting caught. Ryu claims that first kill. Kakao throwing those axes from the outside, and Ambition, or Emperor rather, trying to poke as best he can. Still full health. Not anymore, though. Oh, man. Nearly going down right there to the burst of Ryu. Both teams relatively low on health. And that's a fight that neither one wants to take at this point.
Yeah, but that turnaround right there prevented Blaze from taking an opportunistic Baron, which was the really key part. So the turn, getting everybody low, taking out Lustboy was a really smart decision by the KT Bullets. A very split-second play call to hide right there, but they really pulled it off. Let's take a look at this again. There's the explosive pass.
Oh, Insect just got caught a couple times there.
Yeah, Lustboy going pretty far in right there, but not too big of a deal. Insect taking out Score, flashes over the wall. Now here's the run right here. And look at this.
Another great Tibbers.
Great play call from the KT Bullets. Turn it around. And oh my, that burst damage from Score and Ryu.
I love it. It's so good. And really, Emperor was a big part of saving that one. See, it's a good thing. You should definitely take the straw out of your mouth if you're about to be amazed by a play of champions, because you might choke, and we don't want that.
Highly recommended. Well, that turret getting very low, and the split push continuing. Baron control over to CJ Blaze. They've got the wards around the pit. Score going to clear this one out. Flame going back.
Yep. Oh, hey, what do you know? Flame's like, how'd I get here?
Gets hit, still gets out.
Uh-oh, Insect gets hit with the death sentence, but he's not a lot of follow-up.
Yeah, he's very tanky.
Lustboy just reminding him that he's there. And so the game still on a bit of a razor's edge here, but still certainly swinging in favor of the KT Bullets for now. No Ambition didn't get over the wall with that body slam. Oh well. Cow with that command protect. Has to pop the ghost to get out, it looks like.
Talisman, yeah.
Talisman to get out, right?
And Insect. Whoa, Insect, you're getting a little crazy right here.
Yeah, welcome to a year ago.
Well, he knew he had Score coming up the lane, and he could see everybody else zoned out by the pit. So KT Bullets say, screw Baron, we're going for your naked inhibitor, Flame.
That's right.
Has to use Burnout, gets tagged by the red buff, slowed down a bit.
Well, right as a cannon minion wave comes out of the base of CJ Blaze, KT turning around, and are they going to that Baron? They could be setting up a bit of a pick here, too. Yeah, using that sweeper lens to make sure they can clear out both of those brushes. Mind that positioning, that's a good one to do. Hit both the brushes that way.
You know, I really like what we saw the Bullets do right there. They rush down mid to force the defense, which opens up the opportunity to sweep out Baron a little bit.
Yeah.
So they knew they were at a disadvantage in terms of vision, had to regain that control, so why not force CJ Blaze on the defensive so they could get their way?
Well, if you can dictate the pace of the game, that's usually one of the tickets to victory on the Korean hype train.
That's true. It is one of the tickets to victory.
That's right. Oh, nice big barrel blast from Ambition. Beautiful.
Big barrel, beautiful blast.
Big, beautiful belly barrel blast from our bro, Gragas. I don't know. Gragas doesn't have any Bs in it, does it? No.
You know, in spite of this, CJ Blaze really doing a good job of keeping the heat on the KT Bullets.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's still a really close game.
They're also not really falling for any of the typical traps that the KT Bullets lay. Interesting that we're seeing Warmogs on Kakao.
Huh, yeah.
It's not an item that we see very much anymore, going for that pure HP.
Man, there was a time, though. There was a time in League of Legends when everybody bought Warmogs. It didn't matter what position you were in.
That's true. There was a time indeed. I'm glad those days are over.
Me too. It was World of Warmogs, and then it was Cleaver Fever.
Score has a lot of money right now, but not quite enough for a BF sword, looks like, so it's not going to go back yet.
Should we call League of Legends this patch is Talisman time?
Talisman time, it certainly is.
So,
I'm surprised Ryu hasn't swapped over the lens yet. Again, that's something that he usually goes for earlier, 17 to 20 minutes. Not feeling it's necessary this game, but considering the number of wards that CJ Blaze has been putting down, I think that it would be a wise idea for him to grab that at the moment. And Score Probably won't be going for the Bloodthirster, actually, against Shyvana Mundo. He's going to want that blade.
Yeah.
Still not able to fully clear out the pit right there.
Yeah, well, it's
Blaze has been really good about putting wards around the corner in those little nooks. They've done it in both Dragon Pit. Oh, can't quite take it out.
Yep, Score didn't want to get hit by that one. So you're on your own, Oriana. I'm the immortal Score. I can't afford to take damage.
Hasn't died yet this game, so living up to his reputation.
Generally does not die on Ezreal, just normally. A lot of gold to spend for Emperor when he gets back to base, but on this back, it's going to give KT possibly a dragon, maybe more. We'll see. Flame coming in, trying to protect his dragon buddy. Well, actually, just wants to kill him himself, I guess. And there's the dragon for KT.
Yeah, Flame just putting mental pressure on right there, but not really much to be done. KT knew that Ambition was up there clearing out pink wards, so they sacrificed a little bit of vision control in order to grab a dragon and a few extra gold pieces. Line their pockets.
Which is pretty nice to have, unless you have a lot in your pockets and you fall on it, and then it's kind of uncomfortable.
Yeah, these games,
normally it's good.
Yeah, these games have both been relatively low kill, but still incredibly high skill and intricate. And I have to say, this is the best we've seen CJ Blaze do in terms of their rotations and their vision control in quite some time. That's generally been an area where they've been lacking, but they've... Mafa, not too tanky, got the Crucible.
Yep.
So they definitely look ready to play here today.
Yes, they do.
Oops, missed the Tri-Brush. Wah, wah. They're doing... Oh, they're not doing Baron. They were clearing a ward in the back of the pit, looks like.
Yeah. They're doing not Baron right now.
They're not doing Baron, though. I get excited.
They're not doing Baron. They're still not.
Definitely no Baron.
That's right. Baron feels left out. He's like, "Wah!" Shaking his head back and forth. Sounds like Korean Lissandra, apparently.
Okay. Man, this is a prolonged objective dance.
I know.
This is one of the things that I'm looking forward to when we actually get to patch 3.15 is the cooldown lowering on the sweeping lens, which should allow better vision control, which will allow teams to actually take a bigger advantage of a lead in the game, which, you know, I like the ability for teams to come back, and I'm really glad that I think Riot's changes were very successful to Vision in that regard. Insect wrapping. Oh.
Oh.
Hi, Caitlyn Trap.
Yeah, what's up? How you doing, Caitlyn?
Emperor, what are you doing?
Caitlyn? Emperor, woo, in a little bit of trouble until he gets that dark passage from Lustboy. Wow. Living on the edge.
True Shot Barrage used to clear out, but no wards around the pit right now, so KT Bull is likely trying to make a pick right here.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, Mafa really wants this one. Oh, they caught Daydream, and there's a Timber's Son Daydream. Very tanky, though, manages to get out. And that's a very important ult used. I don't know if that one was worth it. In fact, I will say no, it wasn't worth it.
Well, Daydream did have to use his ultimate in response, but yeah, that kill not producing much of anything, and the KT Bullets is going to continue to dance right here, trying to take advantage of the dark spots in the mid lane. Insect getting a little crazy.
Yeah, that's right. Flame taking the Lantern out of there. Daydream still getting poked as he moves back to the base.
Talisman.
Getting slowed. He's in trouble. There we go. They engage, and Cacao claims that kill. That inhibitor in big trouble. And Mafa with the ward over the wall gets ready. And there goes an inhibitor in favor of KTB.
So Daydream really not respecting that one, and a good play by the Bullets. Insect going deep, but knowing he had his team to follow up with the Talisman still active.
Yeah. And they're waiting
Here we
for
go.
it. They still have Shockwave.
They can't see them.
It's true. Oh, they do. There's the flash stun on the Lustboy. Lustboy gets just blown up. Explosive cast comes in, and everybody focusing down Flame, who tries to get away with that ultimate. He is successful, but KT may just try to turn around and take a Baron here.
Yeah, they do have those super minions now pushing up in that mid lane.
They do. Oh, Ryu did get kind of low, so I guess they will go back if they can. Awkward place to try to recall, but...
Well, they clear out the ward that was right there. They do have a bunch of pinks up, so they should be able to make it back before CJ Blaze can take them out. Insect looks like he's going to stick around, make sure that the pinks are protected.
Yep. Protect the wards, Insect.
That's right. Protect the pinks.
That's right.
So Daydream gets a ping on him. They know the ward's outside of Baron Pit right now. Insect making a move, going to clear out what he can. Yep, doesn't like that one.
Can't blame him.
Okay, well, KT Bullets pinging the exact locations of those wards right now. They will show back up. We can see the Oracle's lens now completed onto Mafa. So that's going to be incredibly helpful. Yeah, I'm surprised, actually, that the Bullets don't upgrade to the Tier 3 lens earlier. I think it's just such a strong item to close out games right now. And it's going to get even stronger when it gets a buff by a 2-second duration in the next patch.
Yeah. All those trinket changes are going to be pretty great to see come into the game on the tournament realm.
I'm so excited. And
there we go, KT Baron.
Guess what? The KT Baron.
That's right, taking it with just 2 people while everybody else distracts
and
CJ.
Not your AD carry, the
I
KT
know,
way.
This is the KT way. Hey, Mafa, throw your support up there. Okay, there we go. No pun intended. There's a score. He's going to help him finish off the Baron, and KT does it again. Sneakiest Baron team in all of League of Legends, man.
That's right, and that'll sink the hearts of CJ Blaze just a little bit. They're now down pretty darn far. And
you know, I'm sure every team comes into a match against KT Bullets saying, all right, they're not going to pull one over on us. They tricked that other team, but not us. We're going to be ready for this. And then they have a Baron stolen against them anyway, so.
Well, you know, it's part of the way they do it, too, is they don't give teams really an opportunity, because what's so brilliant about the way that they control Baron is, you know, we see Score pushing right there. You see Insect threatening from the jungle. And so you know that even if you go over there, the Bullets are going to see it. They have wards, so they're going to disengage. They're just going to run away from Baron anyway. They don't even care, because if you run over there with 4 or 5 people, they'll just push mid lane, and then you have to go back and respond to this. So they constantly just tease you, and they use only 2 people until it gets down to half. Then they send everybody else to get the rest of the damage down on it. But by doing that, they provide themselves with much more opportunities, many more opportunities than most teams, because they'll just retreat, push your lane, force you further into your base to defend than you already were, then try it again. And they'll just do that over and over and over again until eventually you don't make it to Baron in time. And that's the brilliance of the KT Rolster Bullets and how they do these Barons.
There's a 2-2 turret taken by the Bullets. Now Baron powered, 8,000 gold ahead, 6 turrets to 3. They want to close this game out. Can they do it?
That's, you know, I think that's the mistake that a lot of other professional teams make, is they see Baron as an all or nothing. The KT Bullets view Baron in a very different way. They view it as just a constant objective to taunt their opponents out of, and not something they need right now, but something that they could just grind you down with eventually, and they can continue to take map positioning. And
Ryu blows up Daydream, and Emperor may be next, and the Ignite finishes him off. Ryu with the double kill, solo in that top lane. Meanwhile, the mid inhibitor goes down. KT fighting it out. Lost Point misses that death sentence, takes a lot of damage from Score. Kakao coming in to try to finish him off, and I think CJ knows it's over. Goodbye, Ambition. He's going to kind of sulk in the fountain until it ends. And it is going to end. As KT comes in. Oh, never mind. Takes out Ryu with an explosive cast. What in the world? Flame coming in, still very, very tanky. Insect has to get away. And KT maybe a bit too lackadaisical. A lot of minions going down there.
Yeah, they really should have gone for an additional inhibitor right there and said Insect still going mano-y-mano on Flame, but finally they turn onto an inhibitor and said, stop trying to win the game. They may not be able to get it, though. Daydream up.
Oh, they got it.
There we
go.
Got it. There's the Talisman. Getting everybody right out of the base, so a little bit overly ambitious there from the KT Bullets, not respecting Ambition. I mean, you see his item build right now. He's no slouch. That damage he's going to do with Rabadon's Void Staff and an additional... Insect.
Yeah.
Remember what happened to the Riven last game?
I do. It looks similar to this right here. Or maybe not. Looks a little bit different. I guess he's going to make it.
Oh, my.
How many hit points? Down 50. To about 50, yeah. Score, meanwhile, comes back with the kill on Ambition.
Yeah, true shot barrage.
Yeah. I guess while you're taking Baron, might as well kill somebody on the other side of the map.
That's right. Go ahead, snag that dragon for your team.
That's what I like to do, yeah, sure. That's got to be rough.
Yeah, Ambition shaking his head right there. Pretty annoying. Insect barely escaping. Riven's shield, pretty good.
Yep. Well, now. All right, let's check this one out.
Insec decides to take a few hits. Why don't I just grab this ult as well, turn around, get that ignite down, and
yeah, did a lot of damage.
Use that broken wings to pop out, score.
Oh, he was recalling. Bam, direct hit. Wow.
You sunk my ambition ship.
That's right. A6. What is it on the bottom though?
Oh!
Whoa, what a stun. That's an engage. KT coming in hard on the remnants of CJ Blaze. Daydream, everyone else backing off there. Kakao in a little bit of trouble though, gets caught. Manages to avoid the play with that Ragnarok. Explosive cast comes in. Doesn't do a whole lot. As Daydream's in a little bit of trouble. KT, the whole team fairly low, but they've got so much poke coming in.
And they've got a giant wave of super minions knocking down the turret. This will be a win.
I think so, yeah. There goes the inhibitor turrets. There goes the Nexus. After the Nexus turrets go down, and KT Bullets ties it up. It's 1-1 going into game 3 now.